Hello. Welcome back to another One Piece manga chapter review. This time we have chapter 1139, titled Mountain Eater, which is very interesting title. Obviously, it's going to relate to a giant. After that massive lore drop in the last chapter, I'm wondering where they could go. Obviously, they could continue with a little bit more lore, but they could also cut away, and I have a feeling they might go with a ladder since they did leave on such a massive lore drop that the fandom is like on fire with speculation, and the speculation could go on for weeks. So I won't be surprised if this chapter is going to be the end of our streak of, I think, 4 weeks with the chapter every week. So pretty good. I think we're due for a break. Probably going to get a break after this chapter, I'm expecting. But that's okay because we have a lot to chew on with that massive lore drop. So let's see what the title cover story is. Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 25, True Rebels Apprehended. So it looks like Yamato and Tama have been captured, maybe by Hold'em. Or not Hold'em, by Who's Who. We've got Who's Who on the front, drawing its blade, and the silhouettes of two figures that look like they could be Yamato and company, but maybe not. This might just be a decoy that they're doing, and that's probably the more likely outcome. Next from Oda, I finally got to meet Suzuki Toshio after ages. That Ghibli vibe is so great. Okay, yep, and we're back at the castle. At this rate, we'll still be looking after sundown. Just how big is this castle? Says Oda. Not Oda, Zoro. The key hunt continues. Those guards were no help either. Honestly, the only ones who'd probably know where to find what we're looking for are few of the graybeards, like Elder Yarl. Says Road. Oh, Swordgrams. I wonder if he'd tell me if I ask him, says Luffy in the background. There's no way he would. Just trying to free Loki is a heinous crime. Zoro says, we haven't decided if we're gonna let him go yet. You're no fun, Zoro, says Luffy. And Nami notices something. Hey, over here. What is it? A red carpet. The mark of nobility. Could that be the throne room? Gulp, says Road as he's watching them. Pardon the intrusion. Wow. It's all smashed up. This rubble looks more recent. There's a hole in the ceiling. This is the throne room, all right. But I must say, what is the meaning of this mark? A mark? Where? I see it now. I've seen it in books before. It looks like a magic circle. What's that? They apparently use them in rituals to summon demons in some countries. Huh? Does that really work? Beats me. What's this thing doing here in the throne room? I must say it's creepy. So, okay, we got another bit of kind of, I guess, lore in a way. It's kind of lore and kind of a confirmation. Actually, it confirms quite a few things when you think about it. So they've gone into the throne room, and immediately in the throne room, what they see in the center of the floor, right before the throne, is a summoning circle. I believe that's the summoning circle that Shamrock and Gunko came in to Elbaf through. So, the summoning circle is still there. which is a difference from when the Gorosei used the summoning circles. So this brings up a whole nother question, a whole nother bevy of questions. Most notably, is that a Gorosei summoning circle, or are there other summoning circles? Because earlier in the story, when we saw those summoning circles, they were by the Gorosei, using their powers, and they disappeared. In this case, summoning circle is still there. So does that indicate that it's a lesser summoning circle? It's not the Gorosei summoning circle, but that would mean there were separate classes of summoning circles and more characters that could use them. But the other thing is we have from Roto some confirmation that A, that it is a summoning circle, B, that people know what they are. Regular people, well, maybe not regular people, but at least Giants of Elbath and probably other sort of more learned people about the ways of the world and people that know some of the secrets know about summoning circles, so they're not 100% entirely secret from the world, which is very interesting to learn. And Rode also says that people use them to summon demons in some countries. So which countries in particular? That brings up that question. Which countries in particular use these summoning circles? I guess if we think back, all the way back to the time skip, there were some people, when Brooke ended up in that kingdom, they were trying to use a summoning circle to summon Satan. So could that be the reference that Rode is making? Maybe he's confusing their summoning circle with this summoning circle? But it is interesting to know that summoning circles are known in the world. Okay, then next panel. Luffy's thinking as he's looking on at the symbol. I feel like I saw something like this recently. Straw Hat Luffy. Huh? Who's there? Is it a demon? No way. Who said that? I must say, it couldn't be a vengeful spirit. I've been waiting to meet you. Stay calm, stay calm. So, Road is freaking out. Luffy's looking around trying to figure out where the voice is coming from. Who are you? Show yourself. A demon was summoned. The castle really is cursed. Let's get out of here before we're possessed. Wait, don't run, Rhoda. Wait. You've got an axe flying. Someone threw an axe. It's spinning through the air. It slices into the wall and plants itself right in front of Rhoda, who's freaking out seeing it land in front of him. Whoa, yeah! Rhoda falls back, and everyone else falls back since he was holding them. Kia! Don't drop us. Thanks. So Luffy catches them. Hey, there's someone in the throne. I must say I'm terribly sorry, Namitaso. You're dead. Ooh. And Luffy looks on, seeing who's on the throne. Surya, what are you doing here? I feel a strange surge of haki coming from here earlier. I felt a strange surge of haki coming from here earlier. Human resident of Elbath. Ex-pirate. Yasan. Looks like I missed whatever caused it. but I'm glad I found you all instead. I've heard rumors about you, Straw Hat Luffy. They say you defeated Kaido. They say you defeated Kaido. It's been ages since I've been to Wano. I'd love to go again. So, let me just stop before I continue reading here. This is 100%. It's a revelation of the character, the one that was wearing the straw samurai Wano style hat and a striped cloak, and the revelation is that it's Scopper Gyaban. He's not going by that name, he's going by Yasan, but 100% looking at the design, it's Scopper. He's got the same glasses, he's got that scar on his head, that unique scar. He's got the long hair, it's white now, it's not a dark color like it was in his youth. But it's definitely Scopper Gyaban, and he's wearing the Wano style straw hat and a cloak with a striped cloak. So Scopper is that character that's been waiting for Luffy all this time. That character that was in Wano, not in Wano, but on Elbaf. So it obviously makes sense because we've seen several members of Gold Roger's crew. We haven't seen the third strongest member of the Roger Pirates, Scopper Gyaban. And it was expected that if he was alive, he would show up in the story at some point. And it looks like Wano is that point. Okay, back to the next page. And Luffy is confused by all this. Huh? Sir, yeah. And Rodo continues to explain. Most people on Elbaf call him Yasan. Didn't you meet Miss Ripley when you went to the school? He's her partner. Oh, he's the dad of that big pipsqueak? Pipsqueak? Gahaha, well, you ain't wrong. So you've already met Colin and Ripley. The boy's giant blood runs strong. He's always been too big for me to hold. Can you believe he's 20? And Ripley is 80 years old? She's even older than I am. Marrying a giant doesn't make sense. Not if I'm the only one getting old. Nami says, no kidding. To think someone like you exists. Love knows no bounds. And Yasan leaps from off the throne onto the ground in front of the Straw Hats. Mixed race people have existed throughout history. Buccaneers, Dosundadas, long legs, long necks, Wotans. So he just dropped a whole bunch of races here. Of course, we've got the Buccaneers, Dosundadas. No idea what Dosundadas are. I'm wondering if that's a race we've encountered before, or a combination of races we've encountered before. We've got the long leg, long necks. So that's obviously a mix between the long leg and long neck tribes. Wotans. No idea what Wotans are. Such hybrids are rare and often struggle to thrive on their own, but in every era there have been those who are more flexible, if you know what I mean. Ah, you seem like an expert. Just who are you? Says Zoro. I'm the missionary of love. And he does, and Yasan does a big pose while he's saying that I'm the missionary of love. Luffy comments, I bet Sanji ends up like him when he's older. And that is a good observation. Scopper is very much like Sanji so far, at least in the way he's talking. Anyway, old dude, we're looking for the key to free Loki. Then Rhoda says, I must say, you shouldn't just blurt something out like that so casually. Why would he know anyway? Oh, forget I said that, says Luffy. It's too late. Oh, Loki, huh? Interesting. Troublemakers, are ya? I love it. What a vindictive old coot. Just keep to yourself, okay? Says Nami. Rumors are made to be spread, missy. I told you to quit it. Do you know what kind of man Loki is? What will you do if things go south? Beat him to a pulp and lock him back up. The one who locked him up before was none other than red-haired Shanks. Until that point, no one was able to stop him. Do you know the kind of power Loki wields? If there's even a slight chance of him running amok, have you thought about how many casualties will... Hang on! Well, the key's not here. Gonna find it myself. And this old timer sounds like he's gonna go on for a while. Hey! What a waste of time. Guys, we should take warnings like this more seriously, says Nami. My sincerest apologies there. My sincerest apologies, sir, yeah. There. Huh? So Road is trying to apologize, and Yasan is smiling, and he's remembering Roger. I'm sick of all your warnings. You scared or what? That's not it. If you want to stop me, you'll have to use force. We're just pointing out the risk, Roger, you dumbass. So it's flashback to Roger arguing with Scopper. Hey, Rodo. Give that throne a push. What? Now we're back to the rest of the Giants partying. Did you know there were two other monstrous fighters on the Pirate King's crew besides Roger? Huh? It wasn't just Rayleigh, says Usopp. That's right, says Kashi Oimo. One time when Captain Roger needed to recuperate, that man accompanied him to a hospital deep within the mountains. Unfortunately, enemy pirates surrounded the hospital trying to capture them. But that one man, armed with nothing but his two axes, fought off hundreds of them all by himself. One man with just two axes? And it's not even the craziest part. When the battle was over, not a single tree was left standing. He stripped the entire mountain bare. What? That's next level deforestation. Usopp is really impressed with this story. That's how he got the name Mountain Eater. Everyone knows that tale, says Jinbei. He rivaled Vice Captain Silver's Rayleigh and was known as the left hand of the Pirate King. Now we're going back to the castle. A hidden room? Is it the treasure chamber? I love you, Yasan, says Nami. Treasure, treasure. So yeah, how'd you know about this place? I love to explore. Whoa, a treasure. A treasure chest room? Why is it just the chest? They're all empty. Gah ha ha ha. Well, it used to be a treasure chamber. You liar, says Nami. Don't blame me. It's an abandoned castle. It's only natural thieves worm their way in at some point. Still, take a look at this. Oh, the key. A prize not even the thieves were willing to take. Yay! Luffy's impressed. He wants to get that key. In other words, even the bad guys don't want Loki freed. So you still want it? Huh? And Scopper is starting to take off his hat and his cloak. Now we're going back to the giants at the party. What? You heard me. He's been living here in Whalebath for over 20 years now. No way. A living legend who stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rayleigh, the Pirate King's left hand. If you want it, you'll have to get past me. We've got Scopper preparing. He's grabbed the key. Scopper Gyaban. He's here. I got a translator's note. For unknown reasons, Fizz chose to romanize without a Y. However, his nickname of Yasan doesn't work without the presence of the Japanese romanization. So Scopper Gyaban with a Y. And it doesn't, oh, there it is. It does say break next week, so we got a break. Which, as I said before, is fitting because it was a lot. We got a lot of to drop here. We've got a few things. We've got the magic circle. We've got, biggest of all, we've got Scopper Gyaban in the story. Confirmation of Scopper Gyaban's power. He was around Rayleigh's strength, so he's about as strong as Rayleigh. The left hand of the Pirate King, so in very much paralleling Zoro and Sanji, we've got Rayleigh and Scopper. Scopper had a nickname, Mountain Eater, so Mountain Eater Scopper Gyaban. He's got his epitaph there. And he's going to fight Luffy for the key, or at least challenge him somehow. Probably a fight. And it's interesting that he sort of makes it known, Scopper, that Loki is strong, so he's not weak. Shanks was the reason that Loki got locked up. So Loki is around, maybe aroundish Yonko level. And it'll be interesting if we get Loki freed and we see how strong he is, because that will be sort of a bit of a measure for Luffy. How close he is to Rayleigh, how close he is to Shanks ultimately. So that's going to be a big thing. We're going to get a fight, or maybe a fight, between Luffy and Scopper Gyaban. I'm wondering, will Luffy go Gear 5 against Scopper? I mean, he would probably need to, right? Pirate King level fighter? Or around, a below Pirate King level fighter? If Luffy is going all out. Which I don't know if he would. And obviously, Scopper is just testing them. He just wants to see how strong Luffy is and how far Luffy is willing to go to get the key. But the summoning circle still being there is interesting. We'll have to find out what exactly that ends up meaning. Also, we get the confirmation of some other things. That Scopper is the husband of Gerd and the father of Colin. So they kind of explain that very quickly, who the human is, but it makes sense. Colin, son of a pirate, son of Scopper Gyaban. Then that brings up the question, does Rayleigh know that Scopper's still alive? Does Scopper know that Rayleigh's still alive? Maybe. And will Scopper be the last member of the Roger Pirates that we actually meet during the story? I'm gonna say, at least at this point, my guess is no. Mm, yeah, I feel like maybe we'll get maybe some other incidental Roger Pirates, meet some, if there are any left. But I just have that feeling Scopper's not the last Roger Pirate that we'll meet in the story. But yes, a very good chapter. Very exciting, set things up. Mountain Eater was not the name of a giant. Mountain Eater is actually the epithet of Scopper. Which I suppose should have been expected that Scopper would have an epithet because all pirates, especially pirates at the highest levels, they have their epithets, so it's only natural that Scopper would have one. Mountain Eater was unexpected, but when you hear it in a story, it makes sense. Because it's an axe man, and axes were invented for chopping down trees. Cleared all the trees off of a mountain in a single fight. It's going to be interesting to see how Luffy handles this. Scopper doesn't have his axes, at least at the end of the chapter. You just see him picking up and holding the key itself. And he doesn't have any axes on his person, so maybe it won't be Scopper fighting at his absolute best using his weapons, but you never know in the next chapter. But either way, that's going to be it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for all that YouTube algorithm stuff. And I will catch you all in the next chapter. See ya.